Love them or hate them, streamer groups are everywhere. Some groups are built on friendship, crazy collabs, and moments that fans never forget. Others, they turn into nonstop drama with money fights, egos, and scandals that blow everything apart. Today, we're breaking down the streamer crews people can't stop supporting, and the ones fans love to roast, from the groups who built empires to the ones that burned their own house down. This is Best versus Worst Streamer Groups.
Because I have to be on calls all day for you, man!
Are you sure?
Hopefully.
Yes,
She's
she
doing both
wasn't
at the
alone.
Streamer groups are honestly one of the wildest things about internet culture. They're not just people hitting go live at the same time. They're squads, little families, sometimes even businesses, all built around gaming and entertainment. On Twitch, on YouTube, and now even on Kick, you'll find these groups shaping what everyone's talking about online. They create trends, push memes, and honestly give us some of the craziest internet moments we've ever seen.
Wait, that is exactly a joke, okay.
And the thing is, these groups really matter. They're not just collabing for fun, they build communities. Fans buy their merch, join their discords, and feel like they're part of something bigger than just watching a stream. When it works, it feels like magic. But when it doesn't, it turns into messy breakups, public drama, and scandals that the internet never forgets. That's what makes this so fun to talk about. Some streamer groups go down as legends, the ones fans will defend no matter what. Others, they become internet punchlines with whole comment sections waiting for their downfall. Let's start with the best streamer groups. Offline TV, OTV. When people think of streamer groups that actually got it right, Offline TV is usually the first name to pop up. This crew wasn't just about playing games together, they created a whole new vibe. Skara, the founder, wanted a place where streamers could collaborate naturally, and somehow it turned into this powerhouse of internet culture. With names like Pokimane, Disguised Toast, Lily Pichu, Michael Reeves, and plenty of others rotating in and out, OTV always had this mix of personalities that just clicked. Each member brought something different to the table, which made their content way more fun than watching any one of them alone.
With all the streamers exposing each other for the things they've done behind the scenes, I'm glad my biggest dirt was not inviting people to play Among Us. Yeah, TrainWreck was just on XQC's stream, and then he was just like...
What really separated Offline TV from other groups was the chemistry. Their house wasn't just for show. It felt like a real group of friends messing around, pulling pranks, and sharing their lives with fans. You never knew if you'd get a hilarious challenge video, a heartwarming collab, or some totally unhinged invention from Michael Reeves. And that unpredictability is what kept people watching. Fans loved that it didn't feel forced. A lot of streamer houses look like business projects, a bunch of creators thrown together for clout. But OTV felt organic. Even when members left, the group's energy stayed alive. They had drama here and there, sure, but compared to the meltdowns we've seen in other squads, Offline TV handled it better than most. And honestly, they set the standard. Without OTV, you probably wouldn't have seen so many groups trying to copy that formula. Some succeeded, most didn't, but OTV proved it could be done. That's why, years later, they're still one of the most loved groups in streaming history. One True King, OTK. Now, when you talk about big streamer groups that came in swinging, you have to mention OTK, One True King. They launched in 2020, and it wasn't just random timing. Twitch was already flooded with creators, but OTK managed to make noise right out of the gate. The squad, Asmongold, Miskiff, Esfand, Rich Campbell, and Tips Out, had a vision. This wasn't just about hanging out on streams for fun. They wanted to build something much bigger, and for a while it looked like they cracked the code. What made OTK click was the mix of personalities.
Shoelace, please. I feel like I ask this every single week. Can we get the guy up?
Asmongold had that massive MMO audience who'd show up for anything he did. Miskiff brought pure chaos and comedy. You literally never knew what he was going to do on stream. Esfand was the hype man, full of energy, but still wholesome, and the rest of the crew each added their own flavor.
Oh, I didn't even know two of them got kicked out, to be honest. This is a surprise to me. Yeah, no, I'm glad about it. I think that honestly, what?
Put them together, and suddenly you had this group that felt like a mix between a gaming team and a late-night comedy show. But here's the thing, OTK didn't just stay in the lane of gaming streams. They went bigger. Events, tournaments, full-on productions, even dipping into publishing games. That's what made them different. A lot of groups talk about building an empire, but OTK actually took the steps to do it. Of course, they've had their share of drama and controversy, like any group in the spotlight. But through it all, their core fan base has stuck with them. And for many viewers, OTK became proof that streamer collectives don't have to just be about clout. They can actually become something legendary if the chemistry is right. AMP. Any means possible. If Twitch had offline TV and OTK, YouTube's answer has to be AMP, short for Any Means Possible. This group has exploded in the last few years, and honestly, they've made group content fun again. With members like Kai Cenat, Duke Dennis, Agent 00, Davis, Phantom, and Chris Nextdoor, AMP isn't just about gaming streams. They're entertainers in every sense of the word. They upload challenge videos, skits, collabs, and huge production-style projects that rack up millions of views. And the best part? It never feels stale, because each guy brings his own unique personality.
Would AMP WWE be a W video?
Talk to me. Like a whole stage, a whole entrance, a whole... You know what I'm saying?
Kai is obviously one of the biggest names in streaming right now, and his insane energy has carried AMP into the spotlight. But what makes the group work is balance. Duke brings that cool, confident vibe, Agent mixes in the comedy, Phantom has that hype energy, and Chris and Dave keep the chaos flowing. When they're all together, it's just nonstop entertainment. Fans love that it feels real, like a group of friends you could actually hang out with, even though they're pulling off wild stunts most people wouldn't even try. What sets AMP apart is how they combine streaming culture with classic YouTube-style content. They're not afraid to go big, whether it's renting massive spaces for challenges or pulling in celebrities for collabs. And it's paying off. They've built one of the strongest fan communities on the platform. AMP isn't just another group. They're shaping the future of YouTube content the way offline TV shaped Twitch years ago. For a lot of fans, they're already legends in the making. Now, let's move to the worst streamer group, starting with FaZe Clan. AMP, OTK, and OTV show what happens when streamer groups keep the fun first. But FaZe? Their story feels different. It started strong, but somewhere along the line, things fell apart.
Actual game you lost was chivalry, and you gotta call him the better gamer. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. Plus, dude, that basketball...
Back in 2010, FaZe wasn't a billion-dollar brand. It was just a couple of friends messing around on YouTube, posting Call of Duty trick shots. Nothing serious, just cool clips for fun. But those videos caught fire. Gaming was exploding, YouTube was growing, and FaZe hit the wave at the perfect moment. Suddenly, they weren't just gamers, they were building one of the biggest names in esports, selling merch, teaming up with rappers, even landing fashion deals. For a while, FaZe looked unstoppable. Then came the cracks. In 2019, Tfue, one of their biggest stars, sued them, saying his contract was unfair. That lawsuit made people look at FaZe differently. Were they still a family or just another business chasing money? The doubts got louder in 2021 when the Save the Kids crypto mess blew up. FaZe K, Jarvis, Nikan, and Tico were accused of pushing a token on their fans, then cashing out. K was kicked, the others suspended. But the damage was already done. Fans felt betrayed. From there, it just got messy. Members feuding online, people leaving, leadership changes every few months. And when FaZe went public on the stock market in 2022, their value dropped almost right away. The image of a strong empire turned into a group that couldn't hold itself together. FaZe is still around, sure, but it doesn't feel the same. What once looked like a brotherhood now looks like a warning. Fame and money can tear a group apart faster than anything else. The mob. When you look at failed streamer groups, the mob is one of those names people always bring up. And honestly, it's kinda sad, because the hype around them in the beginning was huge. 4 young guys, Classify, Frost, Avalanche, and Mako, basically came together as friends who made funny content online. They weren't the biggest creators in the world, but they had something people liked. That chaotic, funny, hanging out with your friends energy. Things got crazy when 100 Thieves signed them. Suddenly, this small group of creators
signed with 100 Thieves, and they got let go after a couple years. It kind of fizzled out. It failed, basically.
had a massive org behind them, a house to live in, and all the tools to make it big. Fans thought they were about to see the next big streamer collective blow up. But here's the thing, it never really happened. Instead of steady growth, the mob kind of stalled out. Some of it was their own fault, consistency was a huge issue, and they never really nailed down what the group was supposed to be. One day it was gaming, another day it was comedy, then random stuff on Twitter. On top of that, there were rumors that 100 Thieves didn't really know how to support them properly. The guys even tweeted about not getting enough backing at one point, which made the whole situation look worse. By 2021, it was pretty much over. Members split up, content slowed down, and the mob just faded. Today, they're remembered less for their success and more as an example of wasted potential. A group that had the spotlight but couldn't quite figure out how to use it. Energy Thuum House. Back in 2022, Energy thought they had the next big thing in streaming. They announced the Thuum House, a project that was supposed to feel like the new offline TV or even something bigger. On paper, the idea sounded exciting: put some popular streamers in a house together, give them the backing of a huge org, and let them cook up non-stop content. Fans were hyped. It felt like it couldn't fail. The roster included streamers like Clicks, Destro, and a few others who had big personalities and loyal audiences.
I don't want you guys to feel bad for me though, like that's the thing, bro. Like at the end of the day, bro, like I don't want you guys to feel bad for me, but like I haven't felt this in a minute. NRG's
plan was simple: bring these talents together, boost their synergy, and build a content empire around gaming and lifestyle content. They had the cameras, the money, and the hype. What they didn't have was genuine chemistry. From the start, viewers noticed the awkward energy. Instead of feeling like a natural group of friends, it often looked forced, like people were thrown together because of contracts rather than connection. Collabs felt stiff, and the content didn't capture the same spark fans were used to seeing in their solo streams. On top of that, living together in a high-pressure environment started to show cracks. Rumors of disagreements, lack of direction, and creative conflicts made the house feel more like a business experiment than a true collective. Fans began tuning out, and within months, the hype had died down. The biggest issue: NRG underestimated how important authentic chemistry is in streamer groups. You can't fake the bond that makes OTV or AMP shine. Thuum House proved that throwing money and clout at an idea doesn't guarantee success. Today, it's remembered less as a powerhouse and more as a cautionary tale, proof that not every group of streamers can be turned into a family on camera. So, when you look at all these groups, the fan favorites like AMP, OTK, and Offline TV, and the messy stories of FaZe Clan, The Mob, and Echo Fox, you can really see the two sides of streaming culture. At its best, it's about friends building something bigger than themselves and creating unforgettable moments. Now it's your turn. Which of these streamer collectives do you think had the biggest impact? Did I leave out any group you'd put on the list? If you had fun watching this video, then wait until you see our next video on 10 most heartbreaking streamer moments. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Just hit the link below and keep the ride going. And hey, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and join us here every week for more wild, jaw-dropping stories.